intelligence, no nonsense, in their face that has helped us realize we're under attack. He's raised the alarm. So joining us is a true modern Paul Revere. Ted Nugent, thanks for coming on with us.
Well, thanks, Alice. I appreciate those kind words. I bring you self-evident truth and common sense and logic from the not-so-mean streets of America, traveling all this country as I have for the last 50 years. And what Alex Jones represents, what Ted Nugent represents, is not alone. It really is the heart and soul of this country, and I see and hear it, feel it, and celebrate it every day of my life. So be strong, be stronger, be more absolute, and know that we the people are with you 100%.
Absolutely. If this was a war, which it is, how would you describe it as a general? At what point have we reached? I mean, I see the tide turning against tyrants worldwide. The problem is they're digging their heels in.
Well, the dumbing down of America was on the fast track, and it's come to fruition. When you've got, social movements based 100% on lies, the Black Lives Matter is the most embarrassing of all, and you've got so-called leaders like Barack Obama, whose entire career is based on a lie. You've got Loretta Lynch literally committing glaring crimes in public, tampering with evidence in Orlando. And then you've got the poster child for Saul Alinsky's book dedicated to Satan and Hillary Clinton and the whole list of liberal Democrats. And horribly, Alex, so much of the Republican Party has just been a shadow of the freaks on the left. I believe that the culture war has finally awakened a we the people fist in this fight. I believe that the record numbers coming out for Donald Trump, who is anything but perfect, but compared to what the Democrats have put forth, a lying felon, criminal scam artist like Hillary Clinton and a communist, are you kidding me? Bernie Sanders actually had people show up and cheer him on. In the face of that absurdity, Donald Trump almost comes off as Michael the Archangel. So I see an awakening from this self-inflicted, embarrassing, soulless curse of apathy and disconnect. Finally, people in the asset column of America are realizing that we're being taken advantage of by this administration and this government and this media and academia. And I see a giant awakening out here. I'm on tour every day all summer long, and what makes America strong is finally waking up. So I think the prognosis is better now than in the years that you and I have known each other. I bring you positive spirit, downright warrior effervescence on the not-so-mean streets of this country.
Absolutely, and folks know that I don't give people cheerleader reports. You don't either. You've come on the show for probably off and on for like 15 years, and we've had some really negative broadcasts where we admit how down we are. Not to be fear-mongering, not to be negative, but just to tell folks we're down in the ditch getting our asses kicked, but now we've gotten up, and the enemy is getting their butt politically kicked. The problem is they're going to pull out the stops, and I want to talk about that with Ted Nugent of TedNugent.com. Also, of course, writes syndicated columns, so much more. Go see him on his sold-out tours when you can around the country. But, Ted, I have the inside scoop from Fox from 3 different people that are currently there, one of them very high up. I knew about this about a year ago, 6 months ago, intensified. I knew it was coming about a week ago. Fake sexual harassment claims. Megyn Kelly saying, that Roger Ailes hugged her too hard 6 years ago. And this is some of the Murdoch people with Hillary basically trying to take over Fox. That's why Hannity and a bunch of others are threatening to leave. This is unprecedented that the Clinton machine and the Obama machine he is literally threatening to fire Hannity and people behind the scenes. If he talks about Bill Clinton's record with women, I mean, there's major censorship. For me, that's a bellwether of an attempted coup that's ongoing at Fox News right now. It really shows us that we're 2 minutes to midnight here. These people know they can't beat our information, so now they're trying to shut us up.
Well, we've seen that forever. I mean, I started this culture war, Alex, back in the 1960s when I was doing rock and roll radio interviews. And people, the disc jockeys, the stoners in the music industry would ask me where all my piss and vinegar and fire and passion for the music comes from. And I'd explain that I was raised in the shadow of Barry and Bo Diddley and Little Richard and James Brown and Wilson Pickett and celebrate those great black founding fathers. And then I would also insert how I just wrapped up a wonderful weekend with my dad, brothers, mom, and sister in the deer hunting camp. And I was aim small, miss small, disciplined in the world of hunting and the outdoor lifestyle. And these people would freak out that I murdered innocent animals. I mean, the culture war started when the insanity of animal rights came to be. And then they find out that I carried a gun and that I believed in self-defense, and these hippies were aghast. I mean, they just began
How
to
dare you
attack
carry a gun when every free man in history carried a weapon?
So I was being attacked and condemned and ostracized for what can only be described as the perfect human responsibility of defending one's life and balancing the herds and eating venison. Those two elements, the hunting lifestyle and the Second Amendment, were the tip of the culture war spear when it started, because the hippies couldn't believe that I would kill an innocent
And by
animal.
the way, even folks that love you for decades and don't know the lore of Ted Nugent, I know a lot of it, and I don't mean to be kissing your butter, but it is cool to see how long ago you were basically doing what I've been doing for 20 years, 40, 50 years ago. It's just crazy, Ted.
It really was, and it struck me. I pursed my lips and furrowed my brow, and I went, wait a minute. So you think I'm an idiot for not snorting cocaine and smoking dope, but that I should be jailed for and a Second Amendment participant? Really, that's the premise of your hate for me. So the Saul Alinsky machine work started running amok, and they would call me a racist and a homophobe and a draft dodger and an anti-Semite. You know, all the knee-jerk dishonesty from the left that they can't debate. And of course, that the left cannot debate me because I'll eat their family tree and spit sawdust like I did on Texas Public Television and to our friend Pierce Morgan. And so they would immediately begin to attack me personally and claim that I can't play guitar and that I'm a homophobe when I actually am none of the things that they claim I am. So I take that as a badge of honor. But what you're seeing at Fox, what you're seeing from the unbelievable power of the Clinton machinery, these people can meet with Loretta Lynch and she can actually violate her oath to the Constitution and edit the tapes from the Orlando shooting 911 calls without a flinch, without any sense of accountability, knowing she's immune from prosecution because the president hired her based on the color of her skin, not the content of her character. And that statement I just made alone will so infuriate the leftist America-hating media and academia and the government punks and thugs that hate Ted Nugent and hate Alex Jones and hate the Constitution, hate freedom, hate the Pledge of Allegiance. They hate everything good about people, everything good about them. I could not be more proud.
And by the way, Ted Nugent, you're saying all this, it's just pure veritas. It's just, you're the only guest we have on where it's just all like absolute veritas. It's just every word is absolutely totally true. They have inverted reality. They're the most anti-liberal people. I think of liberal as Thomas Jefferson: more freedom, lower taxes, every person right to defend themselves, maximum individual liberty. That's liberal. These people aren't liberal. I think it's time to really call them what they are. Just a bunch of scum and criminals and losers that want to control reality and run our lives. And I tell you, more and more of the grassroots so-called leftists are getting off the plantation. I really see that happening. But in your gut, what else are you really concerned about? Obviously, communists, the Black Lives Matter, Obama refusing to repudiate him, saying, the cops need to reform themselves, implying the death of police is a good